All right. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Please, I would like to hear us like kind of clearly. How are we doing? How are we feeling? I have money to share, so I'm taking note of people that are actually responding. You're great. Okay, love that. So I have been in the tech industry for a little over 6 years now. I've worked in several industries. That would be edutech, health tech, and mobility. So I started working in the game industry a little over 2 years. And one question I get often is, oh, when people see my portfolio, they'll be like, how did you know that the skill sets you have, like you'll be able to work in the game industry? To be honest, I did not know. I accidentally found myself there. But in the moment, I think what I realized after a few years is the reason I could work exceptionally well within the industry, I think my CEO will corroborate that, is because I could transfer the skills I have already because I'm a product manager and a software engineer. Okay, so it means that if you work in any other industry but you're in tech or not even in tech as well, you can also contribute to games. Okay, and then the second important reason is the game industry has been growing exponentially over the past few years. To put it into context, Africa alone generates billions in dollars every year. We're talking about hundreds in billions for the gaming industry. Currently speaking, we have over 100 indie game studios in Nigeria alone. The game industry this year has attracted over $10 million in investment funding. So they are looking for talents. In case you're looking for a job and you're like, where am I going to work? That's the summary of that. So it's an upcoming field and it is really, really ready in terms of like impacts. And your work like has huge impacts in like when you work with us. The next reason why we're having this conversation is the context of good games. And this is why I asked here, who plays games? If no one is raising their hand, then you are telling lies. The people that their hands are down, you've never played a game in your life before. I'm looking at you. If you've ever played a game, let me see your hands up. Even if it's what I want to play in secondary school, you'll be doing like this. Exactly, that's game. If you play Monopoly with your friends, game nights, that's games. Not that one that we are all matured here, like actual, proper games. So there's a lot that goes into making good games. And we want to make good games, don't we? You enjoy playing Call of Duty. My lovely kids here, what games do you people play? Roblox? Is it? Does any of you play Roblox? Or make games in Roblox? Okay, I see you. So you would want to create good games like that. So what goes into making a good game is sound, narrative, and mechanics. Basically, the reason why you love any game that you love is that it makes you feel good and happy, right? Have you played any game that made you cry before and make you feel sad? And the three elements that goes into achieving that is that there is the technical element, which is the mechanics, and then we have the magic and creative element. I am highlighting this because we need a lot of creatives in the game industry. So if you're a storyteller, you're a sound engineer, you are a film director, you're needed in our industry because all these elements come together to create what we call player psychology, to make people that play our games feel good. And this is what makes a good game. Okay, see, I was talking fast because I was waiting to get to this part. I love playing games, in case it's not obvious. So I was like, okay, if I say I want to speak here now, I'll use like 10 minutes and just talk fast. Then we'll now play a game together. Do you want to play a game with me? I'm not getting like an obvious. Do you want to play a game with me? Love that. Okay, so the rules are simple, okay? I'm player 1 and you're player 2. But that wasn't obvious. You're player 1? Like all of you combined, so better work together. The game is simple, okay? I want to just dip a little bit into some of the verticals that are available just to give us a little sneak peek. So I'm going to show you a character and you have to guess what talent that character is. Is this simple enough? I'll give you options. Now, how do you win this game? There are 6 characters. If you have 5 over 6, if you have 6 over 6, player 2 wins. Anything less than that, and I win. Are you in this to win it? Okay, all right, let's get started. Should I move on a bit? Okay. So the first character is Zaya. Is Zaya a writer? Does she look like a game artist? Or does she look like a game designer? I need to hear you very well. I'm the game master. If I don't hear you well, you lose your points. All right, so let's see if player 2 gets the points. She's a game artist and analyst. Go for yourself now. That's a good start. Okay, so you have access to the slides later and you can read all this long English. But the takeaway from Zaya is if you're currently a product designer, graphics designer, or you just draw, you draw on paper, you can transition into the game industry as a concept artist, a 2D artist, you can design environments, you can design props. There's so much that you can do, okay? So if you're considering that, you could do that. Next, character. She a writer, a game producer, or a marketer? This game is too easy. Okay. All right, so let's see. Kofi is a writer. So again, clap for yourself. She's a writer. So if you write anything at all, you're needed. Storytelling is one of the key and the heart of gaming. Games as simple as, which is not simple, mind you, Candy Crush, that is a match 3 game, has a story behind it. And that's why you love it. So storytellers, we need you, we want you. All right, Deji. Is he a game designer, a software developer, or a bad guy? All right, so I heard software developer, and he is a software developer. Again, go for yourself. 3 points, yeah, to player 2. Okay, we're getting close. So if you are a software developer here, you could work as a game programmer. Just learn small C#, small, just not too much, just a little bit. And there are also web games, so your JavaScript skills are also transferable. I don't need to talk too much about here, so we make the mechanics. All right, we have Cairo. Is he an investor, a sound engineer, or CDD? Okay, so sound engineer. That gives 4 points to player 2. And I like the person that, I'm working really hard. I should be clapping for myself. That's beautiful. All right, so Cairo is a sound engineer. These are my favorite people to work with. Sound is heavily underrated, but they just make games much more immersive and beautiful. Sound design is so amazing that even when you turn off the sound in a game that you were playing before, you're already mentally synced. So your brain is already giving you that sound haptic feedback. Those guys are like magicians, man. All right, character 6, Elo. What? I should work harder at making my games harder. Okay, so game designer, let's see. And we are right, that's 6/6. Come for yourself. All right, so Elo is a game designer. These are also my favorite people to work with. They are different from the artists. They design how the game should work. Think about them as game architects. They design the gameplay, the feels, the mechanics, the levels. They are the heart of the game as well. All right, so we have discovered that you and I individually have value that we can bring to the industry. Is there anyone here that didn't identify a value that they can bring? Anyone? Of course, no. We all know the value we can bring, yeah? And there are a lot of supports in communities to onboard you. I am one of your supports and communities. So after the talk, please reach out to me and ask me whatever questions you have. We are also working on the Yellow Bytes project. This is an open source project that helps you learn how to contribute to this game industry, make money out of it, and be amazing as you are. I'm going to announce this once it's live, so you figure out, just ask me afterwards. Also, you are seeing the beautiful characters in my slides. I had contributors. Ruby is a 2D artist, and she created the talent character. She's not here, but please, a round of applause for her. And Smokes, the concept art for my screen. Thank you very much. You can connect with me on Twitter at Ahoy's. I don't know how much time I have and if there are going to be any questions, but it is over for me. Okay, there are questions. Can I take questions? Do we still have time? Just one question. Okay. How do we do this?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi.
So I've been working with Unreal Engine for a while now.
Okay.
And I'm wondering what goes into bringing a studio together. If there are any obstacles that you faced when doing that.
To bring what together?
A studio.
To
Like a game artist, developer.
This question you
design, and
asked me
everything.
now. If you need to bring chair, let me sit down. Okay. But yeah, there is. It's also one of the challenges we are facing. But if you're looking at it from the talent perspective, like, okay, you working on Real. So you're a game programmer, you're making games, and you're figuring out how do I figure out how to collaborate with, say, artists and storytellers, yeah, to work in my game. That's one of the problems that the Yellow Byte project hopes to solve. So you get to discover people that align with your vision and you guys work together and release game projects publicly. What you can do now is ask me. Lucky enough for you, I know a lot of people across the industry. So I'll look at your project and be like, hey, maybe you should connect to this person. Maybe you should connect to that person. And for any other person there, always ask. There are so many people interested in what you're doing. So you could just put it out there publicly as well and say, hey, I'm working on this. If you would like to collaborate, please reach out to me. Cool?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Sorry,
much.
One more question. How do people collaborate in open source? Because I know that files of games and VFX projects, they're usually very big. So how does that work?
Thank you very much for that question. There was a project we were supposed to push last night. Let's see here. We gave up by 11 because we're like, before we push this game from Unity, the timeline is past. So Unity has its own, and that's another thing that the Yellow Byte project is going to solve. A lot of these game engines have their own version control. So we'll see how to ensure that contributions exist within that instead of trying to figure out how to port it to GitHub. Maybe in the future, there'll be conversations with the public one like GitHub on like how to better support, game files and whatnot. But we'd rather bring it to where they are than try to like bring it down to Git. Maybe GitHub would be for like web games and other lightweight games. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right. So goodbye, everyone. Round of applause for yourself. Player 2 wins. Clap for yourself.